What's going on, guys? Welcome back. And today I'm going to be reviewing 3 new LEGO sets that I picked up recently. I did a live build of these the other day. It took me around 3 hours to build the 3 of these, although I was talking to my fans on the stream. I've got the LEGO Harry Potter Flying Ford Anglia, the Captain Rex Microfighter, as well as Ahsoka Tano's Duel on Peridea, aka the Thrawn set. So without further ado, let's begin this 3-in-1 set review with the one Harry Potter set we've got right here, the Flying Ford Anglia. Beginning with the minifigures included in this set, we of course have Harry Potter and Ron Weasley. Now, there isn't a ton to write home about here. They both use the same hair pieces and face prints that we've seen since 2018, 5 years ago, but they get the job done. I do believe both of their torso prints are new, though. Harry's jacket looks similar to one that I have, but I do believe both of these are brand new torso prints, which I do appreciate because it's always useful to have more casual outfits for my collection of LEGO minifigs. Before moving on, I might as well mention that Hedwig and Scabbers are included in this set as well. We've seen these pieces before, but it is nice that LEGO added them into the set. Now we move on to the real meat of this set, the Weasley's car, or the Flying Ford Anglia. And I think this is a solid design that captures the look of this vehicle from Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I do have the old Ford Anglia from, I want to say, the 2002 Harry Potter sets, but I could never find all of the pieces that were the correct color to rebuild it since it was taken apart. My siblings got that set before I was born, so I figured it's about time we get a new Ford Anglia that isn't the mini-scale LEGO Dimensions version. I like the little license plates on the front and back, although they are stickers. They aren't quite as egregious as the stickers included in the Duel on Peridea set. All around, it's just solid. You can take a look in there at the steering wheel and control panel with the invisibility booster, and we can fit our little young wizards into the car nice and snugly. I do appreciate that. Sometimes LEGO doesn't make enough space for both minifigures, so you have 2 characters and they can't both fit in the vehicle in question. Here, as long as you adjust their arms correctly, you can fit Harry and Ron in there with their wands as well, which is quite awesome to see. You can recreate that scene from the Chamber of Secrets where the Hogwarts Express gives them a little jump scare. You can even flip up the trunk and see a nice suitcase in there, which just fell out. But I really felt I needed this set to round out my Harry Potter display. I have the Great Hall, the Burrow, the Hogwarts Express. The last thing I needed was a decent scale Ford Anglia, so I'm glad it came along in a cheap $20 set. Next up, I'll be taking a look at the Captain Rex Microfighter, which I've been trying to get my hands on for months, but it was on back order on Lego.com, and I couldn't find it at any stores because everyone wanted to resell it. Well, now I finally have it, and I have this new fantastic Captain Rex minifigure. I never got the old Captain Rex, so this is all new to me, and LEGO did an incredible job with the design work here. The arm printing, leg printing, torso printing, and helmet printing, all very accurate to Rex's appearance in the Clone Wars, and even in the Bad Batch, you can see a pauldron on his arm, printing on that arm as well, and if we take it off, we can see he's got a little band-aid on for where his inhibitor chip was removed during the Siege of Mandalore, and he does, of course, come equipped with his dual-wielding pistols. Really a fantastic minifigure, and I could not have asked for much better. Moving on to the bulk of this very small set, we have Rex's mini-scale, or micro-scale, Y-Wing, and for what it is, I think it captures the look of this ship that we see in the Clone Wars, and even in a few scenes from the Bad Batch Season 1. It has some stud shooters on the side, some missile pieces to represent cannons on the front. There's a little printed control console there, and Rex fits in there nice and snugly, ready for battle. You're obviously buying this set for the minifig, but I found this to be a pleasantly surprising building experience. I especially like the shaping they were able to achieve around the cockpit area here. Just a solid little build, in addition to the fantastic minifigure that everyone will be buying the set for. And now we have the big one, Ahsoka Tano's Duel on Peridea, also known as the new Thrawn set, the first time we've seen Thrawn or Ezra Bridger in LEGO form for nearly a decade. So, without further ado, let's start taking a look at those minifigs. I'll begin this section by taking a look at the brand new Ahsoka Tano minifigure, and to be honest, this figure doesn't look all that dissimilar from the version that came out last year in the T6 shuttle set. As you can see, it's just using a lighter gray color scheme with a bit of white mixed in. I believe it is the same face print on both minifigures, except this one has a darker gunmetal headband, while the old one obviously had the darker tan color for the headband. The same white or translucent lightsabers, a similar design on the arms, but I always appreciate when they include arm printing. In case you haven't seen her alternate face before, it's obviously a lot more aggressive looking. To be honest, I'm a bit burnt out with Ahsoka Tano minifigures, but this is an excellent one. I might even prefer it to this one, simply because it's brighter and more appealing in that sense. The darker color doesn't always appeal to me, but these figures are basically the same. It is nice that they included a new variant, though. The next minifigure up is none other than Ezra Bridger, the first version of this character that I'm getting in LEGO. Obviously, he's a lot older, he's got a beard, looking a bit like Moses with that reused Loki hairpiece, but the design work here is very accurate to his appearance in the show. He comes equipped with a blue lightsaber. He has a more aggressive alternative face, of course. I've seen some criticisms of the blue color being used for the eyes, but if you look at his eyes in the show, Imanis Fondi does have some very bright blue contact lenses on, so I think it looks pretty accurate to his appearance in the series, and I do appreciate them providing a more accurate skin tone for him as opposed to the usual Caucasian skin tone they used for Ezra back in the Rebel sets. Moving on to the villain side of things, we've got Morgan Elsbeth, one of the lamest characters in the entire Star Wars franchise, and a zombie stormtrooper. As you can tell by taking this off, he's got a weird looking head, as one of my friends pointed out on the live stream the other day. Looks a bit like an orc, to be honest. But I do like the design on this trooper here. I didn't love the zombie troopers in the show, but it is something new. It's my first time getting this new Stormtrooper helmet mold that I've seen people saying is oversized, but I don't mind it that much. Morgan does look pretty cool there. She comes equipped with some green blades to represent the Sword of Talzin or whatever from the Clone Wars. There is actually a spare green blade included, so I decided to give her 2 swords, because why not? When you can, just dual wield. And she has a new hairpiece, which I don't think I've ever seen before. Let me know if it's been used on any other minifigures, but I do believe it's exclusive to her, so that's pretty cool to get. I like the face print, although I don't see how it can be used outside of this very specific situation due to those unique face markings, but it is cool to get more of this unique skin tone that they've used previously on characters like Sabine and Cassian Andor. But of course, saving the best for last, we have none other than Grand Admiral Mithra Naruto, or as some people probably know him, Grand Admiral Thrawn. People who have been following my channel for at least the past 3 years will know how much I love this character. Timothy Zahn's canon Thrawn books are some of my favorite Star Wars content out there, so I have been eagerly anticipating the release of a new Thrawn minifigure since the old one from Rebels goes for like $1 million on Bricklink. Too bad it had to be the stupid idiot version of Thrawn from Ahsoka with his belly sticking out, but I'm just gonna pretend it's not that version, and when I do, he looks pretty great. I love the face print, the unique blue skin tone, of course. I don't love this aggressive face because I don't think I've ever seen Thrawn that angry, but generally he looks very accurate, and I can't believe I finally have a Thrawn minifig. I mean, I did try to make one a couple years ago, but yeah, we're gonna pretend that that never happened. Now we have the main build of this set, the Duel on Peridea, or the top of the tower where Thrawn docked the Chimera at the end of the Ahsoka show. I listened to a lot of reviews saying this is nothing more than a generic gray base plate, but as I've said countless times, I'm not a big fan of Star Wars ship-based sets. I prefer land-based ones that are related to duels, like the Luke Skywalker Dark Trooper set, or the Duel on Mandalore, Naboo, or Mustafar. I have all those sets, and I really like them because they are small, condensed, land-based sets that pertain to some sort of action scenario. They usually make for good display pieces, and this is no exception. I really like the design of this. It's simple but effective, if you ask me. Same goes for the play features. You can put all the minifigs here on these spinning plates, and there are gears on the side that help you spin them. I'm not sure why Ezra would be attacking Ahsoka, but I don't know. This is fun. It brings me back to the old days of LEGO, where they had a lot of simple but effective play features. We even have a small little catapult at the back of the build here to recreate the scene where Ezra makes the giant leap onto the Chimera with Sabine's help. All you have to do is press down on this and he hops up. It's fun. Once again, simple but effective and fun. I also really like the shaping of this build. If you look at the bottom, you can kind of see how they used some ball joints and clips, as well as some Technic pins to create this semicircle shape that I really enjoy. It creates a unique look. Even these gold bars on the back of the 4 pillars make it feel well-rounded. If it were a worse set, they wouldn't have added those, and as a result, it would feel a lot more bland and incomplete. But all these extra little details make it feel more complete. The one downside of this set, though, is all the stickers. If you weren't able to tell already, everything here is a sticker. The lines on the ground, the design work on these 4 pillars, they're all stickers, and they were atrocious to put on. The experience of applying these stickers was unbelievably frustrating. But I think I did an okay job, and I like the way it came out in the long run. I know LEGO includes stickers to cut costs. I obviously would have preferred if they had printed all those pieces instead, but gotta make do with what you got, and for what it is, I think it looks pretty solid overall. Now, the price point seems to be the point of contention for a lot of people when it comes to buying this set, because in the US, it's around $60. Here in Canada, it cost me $80 with tax. Yeah, eat that, you Americans. No, I'm kidding. The only reason I bought this set is obviously because I wanted Thrawn and Ezra, these characters that I really like, who I never got the chance to pick up in the past. If I didn't care as much about these characters and having them in LEGO form, I probably wouldn't have bought this at retail price, and I would have waited for it to go on sale. But even now, having spent the $80, I still feel like there's a lot of bang for your buck. You have a decent selection of minifigures, and the build feels solid and well-rounded. With all that being said, that's pretty much it for my set review of the Harry Potter Flying Fort Anglia, Captain Rex Microfighter, and Ahsoka Tano's Duel on Peridea. These sets are all really solid. I'm happy to have them in my collection. I obviously had my own personal reasons for wanting to pick up these sets, especially pertaining to the minifigures included in them, but I would recommend them. As I've stated previously, if you don't care all that much about Thrawn or Ezra and you're just buying these to round out your Star Wars collection, I'd probably wait for the Duel on Peridea to go on sale. I picked it up on retail because I love Ezra and Thrawn, and I think this will be a solid display piece in the grand scheme of things. These sets are all really solid, and I think most of them are worth their retail price. But you guys let me know. Did you enjoy my review of these 3 sets? Did I encourage you to pick them up? Just whatever your thoughts are, please let me know them all in the comments below. And of course, as always, I hope you guys have a great day. Take care. Bye.